Hey guys, in my previous video I asked about what do you want to see, some ideas for content, what should I cover, what should I talk about. And first of all, I want to thank you all very much. You're an amazing community, all those heartwarming things that were said, and I got so many responses, and all of you are very friendly. I really appreciate you as a community. And I'm not saying this because of some money. I'm not monetized, I don't earn any cent or something, so I really mean this when I say that. And by far the most common answer I got was do a beginner guide. Create a new account, walk us through the process. What are we going to do in the beginning? How do we build teams? How do we progress? What are we pulling for? On all of this stuff. And yeah, I think this is gonna be a little bit of a series. I'm gonna do multiple videos, and all of those combined will be the beginner guide, because I already did a beginner guide, but that video is over 1 hour long and there might be a little bit of information overload, and not everyone wants to sit through a 1 hour video to find out what to do early. So we're gonna divide this into multiple parts, I believe. And the first thing, when you log in, then you will be guided already through your way to do the main story, you know. So you click on this, here you see the main chapters, and you're gonna progress as much as you possibly can. You will do this with Apple, you have Sonetto unlocked, and you're gonna get access to Leilani. Okay, now the special thing that you have access to if you just created your account in this version 2.7, then you will have access to a 6-star collector. So you're gonna go to you're gonna grab it, right? I think it's somewhere here. You will get your hands onto an item. You find this in the warehouse. So you go here to consumables, and here you have it. The encased nominations. Here you can choose between quite a bunch of characters. And of course, if you are new and you just created your account, then you are wondering, hey, what's the best character to choose here? And the answer is Eternity, because you always want to have a main DPS first. That is always the first thing you worry about, is you get your main DPS ready. Always the most important slot in your team. And there are only 2 main DPS characters to choose here from. Those are Eternity and Lilia. Now we know that Eternity is of course much better. First of all, she is gonna be the better DPS, just without anyone having her Euphoria unlocked. Eternity is gonna be your best bet right out of the gate. And we also know that she is more future-proof than Lilia would be. You can play her in the Blood Tie team. You have access to 2 different Euphorias, one as a support for the Blood Tie team, or if you don't want to play the Blood Tie team for some reason, right? It is obviously highly recommended to save everything up and then pull for Nautica. So you will probably unlock her Euphoria number 1 first, and then play her together with Nautica as her support. But you also have access to a second Euphoria, which turns Eternity into, for new players at least, into a true main DPS. So no matter what here, you will be better off going for Eternity and picking Eternity here as your first 6-star. You're gonna do that right out of the gate, and then you're gonna level up Eternity as much as you can, and breeze through the story much more efficient, way faster, and you will also be able to go much further in the story, right? Because you have a much better character now thanks to the 6-star collector than you would normally have. And it's that's really all you do. Then you go and progress the story, right? You can see you under task, you have some quests that you do. All of these tell you hey, progress the story. You can see level up a beast character, level up a star character, level up a plant. We have access to all of these characters. We have a beast with Leilani, we have a star with Apple, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we will also get access to a plant character really quick. And then you just go here and you level up these characters. Of course, the first thing that you're ever gonna do is you level up Eternity as much as you possibly can, because she will be your main carry. And then you go to the main story and you just simply progress, right? What do you pair together with Eternity? That's obviously gonna be Sonetto, and the third choice doesn't really even matter, but you can do this via stage. You see in this stage here, recommended Aphrodite is gonna be Beast, so instead of Apple you're gonna use Leilani.
Hey guys! Are you my
And that's it. Main DPS, of course, Eternity. Boom, that's your team. You always gonna play Sonetto, you gonna play Eternity. These two go together, and the third place can be adjusted based on what Aphrodite is recommended for the current stage that you are facing. And then you simply play the game. You will use all your incantations with Eternity first. And Eternity has a very good ultimate that deals a lot of damage. So every one of your characters, you can see this right here, they gain Moxie. For every incantation that you use with a character, you obtain a Moxie. Once you have accumulated 5 Moxie, you will gain access to your ultimate. You want to do this as fast as possible. And here is a little trick when it comes to battling, especially early on if you don't have your melody unlocked yet. So the first thing that you always want to do is you're gonna buff everyone with Sonetto. That will make you deal more damage, and that will also make you take less damage. So that is very brilliant. And then from turn 2 and onwards, you don't need to buff anymore. And then, I mean, let's play it out for once. You buff. You always use Eternity's incantation number 2 first, because that applies nasty wound, and that will make your incantation number 1 deal more damage. And then next round I hope I get access, yeah, I mean I will get access to an incantation with Eternity, and then I can show you a little bit of a trick. So you want to use Eternity as much as possible. Now that you have applied the buff through Sonetto, you don't need to use Sonetto's buff once again, even if you would have it, right? So the trick that you can do is that I want to accumulate now 3 additional Moxie with Eternity. I already have 2. If I now would be able this round to accumulate 3 Moxie, I would have her ultimate already next turn. And I only have 2 incantations with Eternity available to myself right now though. So how do I accumulate 3 Moxie? That is very easy. You pick one of Eternity's incantation up and you move it. You can see this accumulated 1 Moxie for myself, right? And now I use my 2 incantations. If I would move one of my incantations beforehand, I wouldn't be able to accumulate 3 Moxie, but only 2 Moxie. And thanks to me now moving 1 incantation and accumulating 1 extra Moxie, I save myself a whole turn, and I will be overall more efficient.
Try for free. Try for free. Flying handbag for only 3,000 Capitantes.
And here's another thing. You can see in the left hand upper corner here, wave number 1 from 2. So I don't want to use my ultimate right now, right here. I want to save it until I hit wave 2. So I'm gonna kill these first and not use my ultimate with Eternity right now. I kill these guys first, and then I have my ultimate ready right when I hit wave 2. Yeah, I see this target right there that uses his ultimate next turn, so I'm gonna try to kill him right now. Boom, so he doesn't use his ultimate. Then again, wave is clear. Now I can use my... Okay, that scared me for a single minute. What the fuck is this? A cutscene in the middle of a battle? I forgot this happens.
The gown with thorns. You shall repay with sacrifice of wounds.
Yeah, and there we go. Now I can use Eternity's ultimate, and I also have access to Sonetto's ultimate even, so this will clear the wave just right out of the gate.
The ocean dried and
I did not expect this Druvis stuff to happen, so I could have actually used my ultimate on the first round. But I mean, yeah, you get the point. And then you just gonna play the game. You're just gonna progress this story, and the moment that you will get stuck, which will barely happen, I think you can clear the story completely. But if you would be to get stuck, you simply go to crew, you click on Eternity, and you level Eternity up as much as you possibly can, right? And that's really how you play the game. And that's the first part of the beginner guide, right? We looked a little bit into how to battle, how to accumulate more Moxie per round than just the 2 from using the incantations. You now know what to use your 6-star collector on. And yeah, don't forget to always progress this story on day 1 as fast and as far as you possibly can. That is by far the most important thing in this game. And don't fall for the summoning stuff. You do not pull on any banner, you do not fall for this banner right here. That is completely irrelevant. You have the 6-star collector to choose one of these characters. These characters don't do anything for you right now. They are not DPS characters, they are not sustain characters. So that is also a very, very important thing to stress a lot, is don't pull. You save all of your resources up for the 2nd anniversary, and there you go, mainly for Lucy, because you get Ulrich for free, and that makes the Dynamo team cheaper to establish. And then you see how these Lucy pulls go, and you go from there. You will then see, will you have enough to also pull for Nautica, etc, etc. I will talk about that when it's actually time. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Again, thanks for all those heartwarming comments. I appreciate all of you a lot. This community is amazing. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Have a great day. And we love this game.